Every new day, we get a chance to set the record straight. A clean slate. The opportunity to choose greatness and to stop making excuses. Motivation is cheap. Discipline is difficult. But discipline gets results. Your mindset matters. My name is Myles Biggs, and this is Relish the Journey. Be true to your authentic self. This topic comes to us from Nic Anzalone. I always want to say Anzalone because he's an Italian-looking guy with an Italian-looking name, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced just Anzalone. So I met Nic after I did a panel in State College for an organization called CP Squared, Central Pennsylvania Creative Professionals, CPCP, hence CP Squared, right? Creative people, creative name. And he made a beeline for me right after this panel I was on and was all fired up talking about his entrepreneurial pursuits. And I've been following him on social media since. We've had some back and forth. And the guy's cashing checks from his business now. So congrats to Nic. And love seeing him doing good stuff. Appreciate listening to the show, Nic. And appreciate the content submission here. So this idea of being true to your authentic self, I think gets a lot of flack, right? It can be a very, how do I put it? Cliche, I guess, or overused or sort of woo-woo term, right? People talking about helping you reach alignment and crystallizing your vision of your authentic self. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about? How do I have an inauthentic self and an authentic self? Don't I just have one self? So, I get that, and I've certainly been that person before. I think it's hard to be true to your authentic self until you realize who your inauthentic self is. Right? We can't really appreciate who we truly are until we realize who we're truly not. And that's what I am getting present to by, Nic's content here, his topic submission. So I can only think about an example in my life where I realized I was not being true to my authentic self. I was chasing something I thought I wanted. It was everybody else was defining it as success. I did want it at some point, but somewhere along the line, 29-year-old version of me wanted something different than 20-year-old version of me, right? I grew up, I wanted different things, and sort of woke up and found myself on a path I didn't quite recognize or want to be on anymore. And that can lead to some serious stuff when that happens. It can bring you down, get you depressed. You can have some anxiety around that, and you're just plain not happy, right? And when you're not happy in one area of your life, that spills over into every other area of your life. It starts to take a negative toll on your physical and mental health, your relationships, all of it. So it starts there, right? You got to realize when that happens. You got to wake up and say, holy crap, I'm not being authentic to me. And then you got to take a long look in the mirror, right? And figure out, okay, if I don't want this, what is it that I want, right? That the ultimate question, what do I want to be when I grow up? And that's a question I love because I think we should keep asking ourselves that no matter how old we are, right? We're always growing up. Think about that. You're always getting older. Your age is always increasing up. So theoretically, we are always growing up. Even if we're 2, if we're 20, if we're 40, if we're 90, if you can get 1 year older, you can grow up a little bit more and you can be something else when you grow up, no matter what stage of life you're in. So you got to answer that question. Who do I want to be when I grow up? What do I do that makes me really happy? And this is where another corny adage comes in, right? Where you have to chase the passion and not the money. If you do something you love, the money will follow. But I can tell you, I've chased the money and I was being inauthentic to myself. And then I figured out what I loved and I'm doing it and I'm so much more happier and I can still pay all my bills. And I'm actually saving more money and making smarter investments now as my authentic self than I ever was when I made more money. So it just takes some serious soul searching. And then once you find it, I really suggest writing yourself a letter, a reminder, a journal entry, an affirmation, something that you can revisit when you feel like you are losing your authentic self, right? When you feel like it's gone and you need to find it again, you can go back to that thing that you wrote, that message you had for yourself earlier, and be reminded of who it is you want to be, and then reassume that person. So hopefully that connects with all of you, gives you some action items to move forward on if you are in search of your authentic self. Thank you all so much for listening, and thank you again, Nic, for sending me this topic to talk about. Appreciate you and wish you all the best. And I wish you all the best who are listening. Thank you again for joining me once again and for helping me spread this mantra, lifestyle, dare I say, movement of relish the journey. So until the next episode, everybody, cheers.